Greetings, everyone. This is Bomani Tayemba, and welcome to our Ghana Tour conference call. Today's Sunday, April the 30th. We are mainly focusing on our upcoming group that's leaving for May and November of 2017, but we do have a variation of tours on the website. So what I want to do is just go into a few details based on the conference call information that was sent to everyone, and go through some of the information on the topics over the period of time. We have gone through some of the details in sections, and just want to go through the same thing. Let's go over different information, some of the same, but let's go through a flow of what we're getting prepared for, which is to get ready to have a successful journey to Ghana in May, and then Ghana, Togo, and Benin in November of this year, 2017. And the purpose of all of our conference call is to lay out a form of documentation which completes the 100% of the preparation information, basically all of the details that you need to know to get prepared for these journeys. Right, and what I want to do is start off with a focus on, and just get right to it. For those who are leaving in May, everyone should be clear on their tickets right up now. Everyone have tickets from their closest airport, and then they have a connection that takes them to Amsterdam, and then all of us meets in Amsterdam, and then from Amsterdam we go to Ghana. So the first thing I'm gonna just talk about is the flight schedule details. So what you do is go to delta.com. Once you get to delta.com, click on My Trips, and once you click on My Trips, you enter your first and last name and then your confirmation number. And all of that information was sent on the email, and everyone should have had access to it. So right now, I open up my booking right now, and just the main thing you always have to do is make sure that all of your confirmed details are correct. Your full name as it shows on your passport, and also you want to make sure that it shows the flow of the flight itinerary and the tour itinerary that we have. So everyone schedule should show departing Wednesday the 24th, and here in Atlanta we're departing at 5:39. So all of the flights that are connected into Atlanta, your flights are all scheduled to get around 3-4 o'clock. So around 2 to 4 o'clock, depends on the connection that we have. Everyone's situation is different, but we have first thing we start off is with a meet and greet May 24th at 4 p.m. at the departure gate at Delta International Terminal at Hartsfield Jackson Atlanta Airport in Georgia. And the key thing that you have to look at is that since all of our situation is different, everyone is responsible to get to that gate where your flight leaves from Atlanta to Amsterdam. So right in that same section is where you'll see the group of us. And what we generally do is just networking, and we have tour bags, tour books, pens, and a few other things, and documentation, postcards, and things that we have as far as promo supplies that we share with everyone in the group, and also the tour T-shirts, which I look to order in the next few days, and that's based on everyone's reply back on their shirt size. And a few people I didn't send an email out to, I didn't get a reply back, I'll naturally reach out to you. Alright, so and that does start the form of this myself and Sass just connecting with everyone and just introducing ourselves and just starting the connection. And then we'll also talk about once we get to Amsterdam, all of us have a long layover. All of us get to Amsterdam around about 8 o'clock in the morning. Our flight gets to Amsterdam 8:30 a.m. Thursday, May 25th. So the flight does not depart until 3:25. So what I recommend is that everyone do their best to make sure that you get back to the gate about 1:30, 2 hours before the flight departs out. If you get there about 2 o'clock, you're fine. But the flights they start boarding the flight and getting everything arranged about an hour ahead of time. So for those who are looking, for those who have flight schedules to get to Amsterdam early in the morning, the main focus of what you really want to do is, you want to really think about if you want to make a move to Amsterdam and stay out for about the 2 to 3 hours. And I'm going to go through that process right now. But what I want to do is take you back to the previous day. All of our bags are scheduled. Once we check our bags in from Atlanta or anywhere, your bag should have a tag that say direct to ACC, Accra, Ghana. If your bag shows anything like Amsterdam, that means your bag is going to Amsterdam. You have to pick it up. None of us should have that situation. So when you're checking your bag in at your airport, make sure that all of that is clear. Make sure you have your sticker and everything related to your flight in the same exact section. So you just have everything together. All right. So once you have that clarity that your bags are they're gonna go direct to Ghana, you don't have to worry about that. So when we're leaving out in Amsterdam and we're getting ready to exit the secure area of the airport to go to exit passport control, the main thing that you have to focus on is that your carry-on bag. So all of us have 1 or 2 carry-on bags. Once we process to passport control, then we can proceed to these lockers where we can use our cards, and we can put our bags. And the lockers are big enough to where they can fit anywhere from 3 to 5 or 5 to 8 people, depends on the size. And these lockers are anywhere from 9 to about 15 euros, more or less. So for those of us that are going out, you can flow with me. I'm absolutely fine with this, but also I'm letting you know that on the attachment of this conference call email, there's a flight schedule options, which includes details for this whole process of us while we're in Amsterdam. So you can also look at that from the email. But make sure you have jot down any questions if you're not clear about the process I'm talking about. So while we're at the lockers, make sure that everyone that you put your bags together, make sure all of you go out into Amsterdam in the same direction. The worst thing is that different people come back on different trains, and you're wondering where's the folks that had your bags and things like that. So all those things just have to be worked out and clear. So once you have your things in your locker and you have the few things that you need, which is your passport and your money or your personal stuff, just be ready to this. We'll go back upstairs on the elevator and it'll take us to the main level, and we just proceed out. When we step out, we'll directly see the train station. It's like literally right there. All of these are just very short walks. It's not a lot of walking from once you walk through passport control to lockers to actually the train station. But for those who don't have euros, that's the next thing. You have to get a train ticket. A train ticket is 9.50 euros. So there's a money exchange right there. Let us recommend whatever you get, whether it's 40 or 60 or more euros, whatever you come back with when you get to Ghana, you can just exchange it, and it will all work out. And for those who are going to use your card, you can use your card also to purchase a train fare. And I guess when you go out, Amsterdam is modern, so you can just use your card to do certain things. But I recommend in general, while you're in the U.S., for those who are looking to travel to Amsterdam, make it simple for most of us, and already have about 40 to 60 euros if you're gonna head out, and then use your card for the locker and get the ticket. That way we don't have to have like a whole group of us. Right now we're 26 strong. All of us just looking to get money exchange and just take up time. All right, so from that process right there, we'll proceed to the platform. We'll confirm that when we get our ticket, because you have a few different platforms. We're looking for the direct train that takes us to Amsterdam Central. So that's you're looking at the, and I got everything jotted down on these notes here. Yeah, on the flight options, look at the part that say options doing layover in Amsterdam. All right, so what we have is there's a direct train to Amsterdam Central that runs every 10 to 15 minutes, and what you're looking at a trip that takes about 15 to 20 minutes. So to get to have the 2 to 3 hours timeout, it's based on this. If you get there, you get on the train, you get to where you need to get, so you have enough time. We're talking about we all get there literally 8 o'clock, so 8 o'clock to 9 o'clock. So by 9:30 or so, we should be able to just get there or by 10 o'clock, and then we're looking at leaving around 12. So if we can get there between 9 to 10, we leave at 12. We can get back to our gate and everything and go back to the security. So just wanted to kind of lay out some details on here. It's a lot of information on these paper, but everything is typed up, and I just try my best to just go through everything while we do conference call, and then when we have our talk about the tour. So while you're there, Central Amsterdam, just enjoy yourself, hang out with whichever parties you want, and we can all agree on a specific time for all of us to meet right there in front of the train station. So that part and things is just based on the flow of us when we actually get together. So everything beyond that is just details are planned out based on our last few times in Amsterdam. We did 2014, 15, and 16, and then so this is the fourth time, and it's always good to just get out and get some fresh air and see something different. It's not like Amsterdam is just spectacular, but for those who wanted to not do all of these things, you can just feel out the airport. There's a lot of things going on, and just enjoy your layover, and then when we get back in, we'll connect with you. All of us are going to meet at the same exact gate. That one flight that leave on KLM directly to Accra, Ghana, it's a daily flight, so we'll all be set to this meetup. And for those who don't have an early connection and come in a little bit later, we'll catch up to you because there's going to be a few people and coming in different times. So based on that situation, I'll do my best to turn my phone on to where I can receive, connected to Wi-Fi to receive a WhatsApp message, so you can reach out to me that way. Beyond that, you can still do email, and I check my email. But if we don't see you when you first get there, just kind of follow the details as sent in the email and just proceed down, because some of our flights are going to get around different times when we get to Amsterdam. So most of the people are going to be with us from the Atlanta area, and then other people that are connected into Atlanta. So naturally, the majority of the people are going to be with us. So everyone else who are not connected on Atlanta flight, if you want to personally call me and talk to me about you want to come into Amsterdam and you want to make sure that we meet up with you and everything, that's the game plan, to use WhatsApp, the email based on when you get there. Make sure you connect to the free Wi-Fi in Amsterdam, and then just we can communicate like that, even if you have to send me a message on Facebook. So that's my goal, is to actively have my phone on. Sometimes it's a lot going on, but I'll make sure we find a point to where we can just look at the phone and see if anybody is trying to reach out to us and don't know where to go. So beyond that, family, that is the first segment of our connection. We do the meet and greet in Atlanta, and then we do the May 24th, then we do another meet and greet on that departure flight to Ghana. And we're looking to get to Ghana that same day, May 25th, African Liberation Day, a little bit after 8. Because they keep changing the times here and there. I just see different times here and there. So everyone, that's the main segment. And for everyone, your flights, make sure you put in your emergency contacts, your email, your date of birth, put in your Sky Mile numbers if you want to get credit for your flight. Select your seats for the Delta portion. For those for the KLM, it's a little different. The situation is they want to give priority for those who want to pay a little bit extra money, so they don't give us access to our seats to very close to the end, after people have paid extra money to get basically any kind of priority coach seats, which is ingenious, but it's also crooked, and it's also just but it's how they operate. Delta obviously operate different, but it's just something that we just have to deal with over the years. So anyone, if you're literally trying to select a ticket and it shows that you selecting that ticket is going to cost a certain amount of money, that's basically KLM giving you that priority to say you can select any seats you want now, or you can just get a seat later on, but it's going to cost you. So it's kind of like one of those mafia moves in business. Anyway, so that's just wanted to share that with everyone. Beyond that, if you need to do an upgrade at any sort, from even coach class or to even business class, if it won't let you do it in the system, you can just call the Delta International number, and they'll assist you. And I think that is it. So I'm going to open everything up for our questions. Press *6 to unmute yourself, and let's talk about the flights, and then we're going to talk a little bit about the tour, and then we're just going to open things up for more and more questions. All right, everyone, you press *6 to mute yourself.
I did have a quick question. So you were talking about...
Can you give your name and where you're calling from also?
I'm Stephen in Baltimore. With the phone, you're saying we can just have our regular phones and just put it on Wi-Fi, and that's sort of like the best way to communicate? I just want to be sure.
Yeah, absolutely. And then you can send me a message on WhatsApp, Facebook Messenger, or send an email. I'll do my best. And I'll tell my assistant and anyone else, buddy with me, to do their best to just have their stuff on, and we'll just try to communicate. But all of us, most of us are going to meet in Atlanta. So we're going to be together. But I'm talking about for the people who are, their connection flights will take them from somewhere like Seattle to Amsterdam. They won't see us because their flight is going to get in a little at different times.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you.
Absolutely, and at the same time, too, I'm doing my best to connect the whole time on the trip doing WhatsApp and the other methods for those who need to reach out to us. All right, go ahead, and can you give me your name and where you're calling from?
Yeah, this is Colleen. I'm calling from Pennsylvania. You had mentioned that we're going to be arriving on the 25th, and that's African Liberation Day. Like, what is that? Is that like a festival or?
The African Liberation Day is African-wide. All 54 countries celebrate the holiday of African Liberation Day based on the independence movement that took place with the African Union. It's a national holiday. Celebration for African independence across the continent.
Okay.
And it's celebrated here in Atlanta and many other parts of the U.S. And the next person, can you go? Is your question?
Oh, my question. My question is, because I was listening, I heard this young lady that now lives in Ghana, and she stated that you can be penalized or a fee you would have to pay if you end up staying over your welcome period. Can you tell me a little bit about that?
What welcome period are you talking about? I was just talking about flights a little while ago. Is this? I'm not clear on you mean welcome period with. And as a matter of fact, can you repeat your name, where you're calling from, and also repeat your question in reference to us, our flight options?
My name is Cheryl from Riverside, California.
All right, go ahead, Cheryl.
Okay, fine, thank you. So my question was, a young lady who moved to Ghana, she was from the UK, but she was stating that when she went there to visit, she ended up overstaying a day, and then so she was penalized for it. And so I just want you to talk or expound on a fee that she stated she had to pay for her entire family. You know.
Yeah, I'm still confused about I'm so confused about the whole question. And let me think of what I think you're trying to say. Someone bought a ticket and went to Ghana, and then they stayed longer than they should. So when they were trying to go to the airport to rebook their flight, they had to pay a fee to Delta. Yes, absolutely. And that's something that you're on your own with. Delta can charge you anywhere from $200 to $400 to change your flight. So once we, what we do is we have a tour schedule, and everything is run to the T, and you get back to the airport way ahead of time. So anyone that decides that they want to stay longer, they can call the airline and they can get their ticket rebooked, and whatever price and fees and that cost is between them and the airlines. If someone wants to stay longer in Ghana and they tell me ahead of time and we make adjustments for them to stay longer, then that's fine. But yeah, as far as the fee, I can't answer because I don't know the exact fee, and that's something that no one should have a problem with because the airlines is clear about that process. If you miss your flight, you're going to have to pay.
Okay, thank you.
All right,
Good morning.
Yes, go ahead with your...
This is Brenda.
All right, go ahead, Brenda.
Okay, yes. About what she's talking about, I work for the airlines, and I want to caution everyone is to check your passport and check your visas, because if she stayed over and she got penalized by the government or the security in Ghana, it probably has to do something with her passport or visa. So everybody must check the passport to make sure you have enough time on it to be able to travel. But my question is, why is it best to have money exchange in Ghana as opposed to in the United States?
You can't exchange money in the United States because they don't give you Ghana cedis in the U.S. unless you personally know someone. Well, once we get to Ghana, on the day of our arrival, we'll do our best to get people some money. You do have a Forex bureau in the airport. We probably won't be able to get any money from there because we're moving. But day one of the journey, when we do the cross-city tour, we're going to have a money exchanger, and you can get all the CDs that you need. And he'll be with us for the duration of the tour, and then you have access to banks and ATMs throughout the entire tour.
Okay. That answers my question. Thank you.
All right, you're welcome. All right, next question. All right, Ricardo, do you have a question?
Yes. Hi, Bomani. I'm calling about, my concern is mostly about malaria and any kind of preparation. I know you may have covered this on a previous call, but I have, what are your recommendations for preparing to deal with any potential malaria issues?
Yes, recommendation, go to the site. Once you're on the tour link on the site, May 2017, you go to the site, and we have improving your immune system. Let me let this thing load. And improving your immune system is basically just giving you some good ideas of how you can get your body prepared for a tropical climate, and then also telling you about just limiting any kind of local water ingestion, or eating off like the side of the road, or just having a lot of sweet stuff on yourself and then going out with less clothing and then getting bit up by mosquitoes. Yes, everyone, what I did was clicked on the Ghana tour link on the website, and tour May 2017, and then once all the tour information populate, which is the other thing I was going to talk about also, the Ghana tour details, you're going to see the list of articles, itinerary, tour overview, visa detail, what to pack, what to bring, tree translation to English, and then you're going to have information on improving your immune system. And that detail just go into this, giving you as this best detail as possible as far as some of the things you can do to get your body ready. But what you want to do is you definitely want to keep your body hydrated, and getting up to do morning exercise and meditation and things like that is a good start. And eating more fruits and vegetables is also great, and it's not just filling yourself up at night and getting proper rest. All those things are part of it. It's nothing there that's unsafe. A lot of us move from here, live there, spend time going back and forth and everything. So, as long as you flow with these things and don't get too adventurous, it should be good. It's a long list of information, so it's something that we want everybody to read through. Breaks down information about immune system, drinking water, exercising, resting your body, biological clock, talking about stress, breathing properly. Lots of wonderful details. It's like the site, once you go on the site, it's just, it's mainly text-based, but it's just all dedicated to that experience based on me just traveling back and forth to Ghana and everything that I learned over the period of time to help everyone just have a clearer journey, a smoother journey. They should be good on that. And Ricardo, if that doesn't answer your question, if you have another question, just unmute yourself. Anybody else, let me know if you have any questions before I go into some more of the tour details. All right, so everyone, that was the flight portion of the tour itself. We're flying back the exact same way we came. All right, so everyone, on the flight schedule for our Ghana May tour, we are leaving Ghana June 6th. So the main thing you just have to confirm on your schedule is that it shows your date of departure June 6th, and that you return to the U.S. June 7th, and all of our flight is scheduled for late that day. So we'll all be fine, and we all will make sure that we all leave way ahead of time to the airport. Departs at 10:05 that day, June 6th, and arrive at 6:55 in Amsterdam the next day. So from there, we all have our connection flights back to the U.S. So, with this itinerary, so it's a lot of flight segments and everything, but you want to definitely make sure that you're clear on everything. These preparations is how we avoid issues and things like that. One of the other things I want to talk about is the visa. Everybody should have their visa right up now. If you don't have your visa, I need to know if you don't have your visa and what we need to do to make sure that you have your visa, if your visa is stuck somewhere. Because right now, talk with everyone. I went through all of the visa details. So let me know if anyone have any questions about the visa process. The main thing is that you have that visa email I sent, everything is on there. Only thing you need beyond that is a flight itinerary. So everyone has their flight booking. You can print your flight itinerary and add it to the package. And everybody that's leaving for November, make sure you get a multi-entry visa, especially if you're going to Ghana, Togo, Benin, because we're going in and out, countries, and we're coming back the same way. We do Ghana, then we do Togo, then Benin, then we leave Benin and get back to Togo, then Ghana. So all of those countries literally will require you to have a multiple entry visa, with the exception of Benin. We're going to do the Ghana visa because that's the main visa that we have to have before we leave. And we have our tour guides for Togo and Benin. We're going to set up to where we're going to send them all of the details for them to have everything prepared for us when they get to the border. And we're going to work it all out. And that's all based on experience from going there in 2009. If I did not go there before, I wouldn't know some of these things, but it makes it, reasonable to do it if you can work that process out. Because what you don't want to do is you don't want to keep on sending your visa to a bunch of different embassies, Ghana, then Togo, then Benin, and then for those of us who might be running on time because you're traveling and moving. So that was the game plan myself and the tour guides agreed on. So that was a good timing. And the Ghana process, multiple entry is $100. You print out the 2 applications, fill out the application based on what I sent you. You use all your flight information, put it on there, sign, date it, make a copy of it. You have 2 applications. Then you get a passport style, size, photos, just like you get from, I guess, the pharmacy or the post office, and staple them to it. You put in a bank statement or a letter from your bank in there also, and you're putting your your money order. You can't use check and things like that, and you have to just be clear on the details. So it's something that requires you to print the details and really take your time and read through it, and to avoid any mistakes or delay. But all the things that we could think of, we just kind of put it in there as a checklist or check off. And the most important, you have to put a prepaid return envelope, request tracking to go in your prepaid return envelope. That way when they send back your passport and they scan it, you can be alerted to check your package tracking back. So it allows you to track your package all the way with priority mail and track it back. And you can use FedEx, UPS, or anything else you desire to use. Just make sure that you have the whole tracking for your important documents. So that's the visa process, which takes 7 to 10 days. So if you send it out Monday, you get it back between Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday the following week. So it's not a bad process. So I want to open things up for anybody to see if anyone have any questions about the visa.
Hello?
Hello.
Greetings.
Hi, this is Colette from St. Louis.
Greetings, Colette.
Yes, on the visa, the ticket number, I wasn't sure about that. Where do we find the ticket number?
The ticket number is on your flight itinerary. It's any of your itinerary numbers or confirmation numbers. It's the same thing.
Confirmation number?
Yes, you can use any of them because in some cases, some of us have had more than one confirmation number. So, but it's no big deal. You just have to put something, the same thing that's going to reflect when they look at your flight itinerary. They want to see the same numbers.
Okay. Oh,
And
very good.
You do have your visa, right?
Yes.
All right, excellent. Yeah, that's for people that's looking to apply for their Ghana visa.
Right. That's for the Ghana visa.
For the people who have not applied for their visa yet, to be more specific. And let me know if you have another questions about the itinerary or visa or anything else as far as the tour.
That was it for me.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Brenda, see your line is open. What is your question?
You know, I think I did it by mistake. I'm just listening because I'm not going into November, so I'm just getting the information. But if you about the shot that you have to have the yellow fever shot, where in Atlanta can you go?
You have to check with your doctor. I'll do my best
with the doctor. Okay.
I can text you, but it's something that you want to consult with your doctor.
Oh, okay.
What I have on the list of the attachment is called a departure and reminder list, and I could just read you what we have on there. It's the list of 30 points. I want to say number 22. I'm trying to see if I have anything on here that says anything about yellow fever location. You can go to, what I have on here is passporthealthusa.com, and they help with travel, health, and travel insurance. So that's one option. It's on the departure reminder list. It's number 22. It would say passporthealthusa.com.
Oh, okay. I could find that out. I just thought that was somewhere that most people from here would go, but I can find. I know you have to have it, so I can get that information.
Yeah, I mean, some of us go someplace, some of us go different place, but it's, we don't have like a general list for anyone in different states. It's something that we really want people to consult with their doctor and their health practitioner that they're traveling to Africa and they want, and have that conversation since we're not medical doctors.
Right.
All right.
All right. Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, we have another caller open. What's your question?
My question was, I don't have a visa, so I was trying to find out when is it a good time to purchase your visa, because I'm going in November to Ghana with you guys, so I need to know when is it a good time to purchase my visa.
You can do the visa right now. It's multiple entry visa, so you want to start working on that now. Did you get the visa detail email with the attachments?
Yes, I did.
Well, perfect. Yeah. So the best thing to do is just print that out as soon as possible, and just print it out and process it. At least before a month before we leave, 2 months before we leave. I usually recommend everyone start getting the visa at least at the 2.5 period, especially if you're doing single entry. If you're doing multiple entry, you're going to get anywhere from 1 to 5 years. So you can do that visa anytime, but definitely you want to do the visa before the 2-month mark. All right.
Greetings, Brother Bomani.
Greetings.
Hi, it's Sister Keisha in Florida. I know I'm not going in the May trip, and I'm more so interested in November, but I didn't get any email because, we're new about the visa and, how to do the process.
So I guess I don't have you on the tour list.
I figured we can catch up separately also, so I'm refraining my questions just so that we can get on the list and do what we have to do.
Yeah, I can send you a visa email. That's no problem. I could just send that to you later. I could send you what I have via email. But the most important thing about the tour is 100% of the information is on the site when you click on May 2017 or whichever tour that you're interested in.
November,
Make sure that everyone send out the email as a presentation to this, get you some information. But you can just always go when you need anything and get access to it. And then always, if you need something in detail, shoot me an email, and I'll just reply back with it, like things like flight itinerary or in detail visa.
Okay, thank you.
Absolutely. So Keisha, making a mark to send those emails out to you. All right. Next question.
Yeah, hi, Bomani. This is Colleen again. I have my visa, but I had 2 photographs taken but I don't see them in my passport. Is that something they keep behind the scenes, the photographs?
Yes, they're trying to keep out. They want to make sure they have a positive identification of you in case of emergency. So they keep one of the passport photos and the other one. Well, that's that's the visa. They keep both of them. We send 2 of them, so they administratively keep it.
Okay.
And the only thing that comes back is literally just your visa detail in that page.
Right. Okay.
Okay, Ramani.
All right, go ahead.
This is Anne-Marie in Baltimore.
All right, greetings, Anne-Marie.
Greetings. Now, the people who are going in May, do you have anyone leaving from Baltimore also?
Yes, I have 2 people leaving from Baltimore, Stephen and also Niali, and you're all on the same flight and the same setup.
Okay, well, I don't know if they're comfortable reaching out to me. I wouldn't mind us reaching out to each other on this end.
Yeah, and also I have the Facebook page. All 3 of you on Facebook, right? I have that Facebook page. All 3 of you.
I'm so conflicted with all kinds of stuff going on right now, Bomani.
Yeah, so what we can do is we can get them to send each other information, and if they're cool with me sending just an email with all 3 of your name, numbers, and email address, I'm fine with doing that. Just a click of a button.
I appreciate it.
All right, so, but yeah, thank you for so I'll just reach out to both of them and ensure that they'll be fine with it, and we'll get that knocked out. So I'll make a note of that right now.
Okay. Thank you.
Gotcha. All right, next few people lines open. Can you give your name and your question?
Hello.
Greetings. Can you give your name? Where you calling from?
Yes, this is Gwen from Fort Lauderdale, and I was also curious as to if anyone would be leaving from Fort Lauderdale.
Yes, there's a few people, a family of 3 leaving from Fort Lauderdale. I'll let them know if that you're traveling also, and if they're fine with the details. I can just copy and paste over name, number, and email address.
Yes, please. Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, just making some notes. Next question, especially for those who are looking to travel this year with us, May, November, just want to do more of an open line to just have questions for us to go through. It's basically most of the same information we've been going through. All right, so that is the visa, and that's your flights. And we talk about yellow fever. You have to have a yellow fever card, whether you take a natural tablet, you take an injection, you take some water, or whichever way the doctor decides to give you, as long as you sign off his credentials. There's not a yellow fever outbreak, but most countries in the world still require you to have it updated shot record of your yellow fever to enter into their country. Yeah, so those are the big requirements: your flights, yellow fever, the Ghana visa, and you just being clear about the itinerary. And from there, once we get to Ghana and we get our bags, we just make sure that we have our own bags. Then we proceed with our tour guide, and once we get downstairs, our bus will be waiting for us, and we all just carry our own luggage and just follow the trail right to the bus, and then we get everyone loaded up. We're off to our hotel, the Maitland Hotel. That's the first night, and once you get there, we just get everybody settled in. It's a late night, so nothing is scheduled. Only thing that's scheduled for those who if you want to go out and get some fresh air and socialize with myself and a few other people that will be out for a little bit, do that. But beyond that, we're going to do wake-up call bright and early, 6 o'clock in the morning, May 26th. And for those who want to get stretched out, we'll do our best to have someone out there. If we can't get someone out there, you're more than welcome to come out and lead morning exercise and meditation, or just free flow in this exercise stretch. Breakfast is at 7, 8 o'clock. We get the bus geared up to leave between 8 to 8:30. And that's how we start our day off on itinerary day number 1. Go to the city tour, enjoy lunch, go do a lot of shopping. We have W.E.B. Du Bois Center, Nkrumah Memorial Park, George Padmore Library, the Arts and Culture Center. And once we get back in the hotel, we have an incredible business and investment conference, especially for those who want to repatriate and invest. And then that's how we're going to set it off from there. So The itinerary is there. Don't want to go too much into the itinerary, but also want to let everyone know that all the packages include transportation and tours throughout Ghana, daily continental breakfast and gourmet dinner, naming ceremony, ancestral celebration, hotel accommodation, double occupancy, business investment conference, networking, entrance to all sites and activities. Only thing that's not included is your daily lunch, group tips, which is $50, which we will collect, and those $50 will go towards the operation of the people that will, that's going to be taking care of us to get things expedited. When you have a big group, you just need to make things move, so you work those group tips as a way to get things moving. And beyond that, your package is covered, and beyond just you, if you decide to go out and do shopping and things like that, it's the tour is set to just make sure that you have the best time and make sure you have all your connections. So anyone who have anything to share with me as far as certain other things that they're trying to do, be on a schedule, if they need to break away for a day or so, if they need to stay back longer or anything, just definitely let me know. The call is open. And we can conversate for another 10 to 15 minutes if we have more and more questions. All right, so everybody's been shy tonight. Does anyone have any questions before I go into another segment?
Yes, I have a question.
Sure, go ahead with your question.
Yes, this is Kalide, and I'm in Atlanta. And I just want to ask the question, is there anywhere on the website that has a more detailed explanation of the Repatriation and Investment Conference?
Absolutely not. We don't have a lot of that stuff even displayed on our site. It's just to get people enticed and warmed up and get people open. What I have is I have business plan, I have presentation, a bunch of other things that I will send via email. But I did have one email, and I can send it to you. I'm not sure if I send it to you. One talk about land investments, one talk about general investments of stocks, treasury bills, and a few other things. Then when you get your tour book have a full section in the back that break down a lot of investments and things like that. And I have a full projected business plan for the repatriation community, where we're going to be moving our enterprise to and opening it up to where if anyone want to move and get access to land and be a part of the community, it's the same as Benue Village in Techiman. We're just connecting together. So I'll make a note to shoot those to you if that sounds like what you're looking for.
Right. I'm looking for more details in terms of, I see the tour things are perfectly obvious, but I'm looking for more in terms of, well, like the offices of the government or whatever with whom we would be meeting on the repatriation as well as the investment.
Yeah,
the topic.
Yeah, what I did 100% of all of those, what I did was I recorded all of those videos. The best way for me to present that, I do have stuff typed up, which I'm going to email to you. And
okay.
But more important, you have to be willing to process through the videos. It's videos talking about Ghana investment promotion, lands department, investment in farming, investment. It's like I can't think of anything that they haven't covered because I personally request the different people over the period of time for the purpose of having documented information for the process of what it would take to move from here. So I know a lot of times I send a bunch of stuff, but it's like I have everything typed up and everything in video format. So while you're on, so everyone for the record, when you're on the YouTube page, youtube.com/Bomani2007, or if you go to YouTube and you search and you see Bomani Tayemba, once you get to my channel, when you scroll down the channel, you're going to see a bunch of different links. The most relevant links to all of us is the conference calls and interviews. The conference call and interviews talks about 100% of the preparation. Then you have the repatriation and investment. It talks about 100% of the repatriation and investment. The repatriation investment is 100% all videos. You may have a few calls that are audio only. But when it comes to let me mute you because my line is loud. So the line is muted. Now back to the investment. And what I'm going to do is I'm literally going to just go to youtube.com right now, /Bomani2007, and that takes you to my personal YouTube channel. and it was designed just to give people information on repatriation, basically repatriation and investment, which is the title of our tour. So when you scroll down to the page, you see conference calls and interviews, and it gives you a total of about 30-something videos. Then you move down to repatriation and investments, and that gives you about 40-something videos. It is a lot of information, and on the tour book, certain things are compiled in the back of the tour book, and all of the tour books can be accessed on the website. When you go to the main menu, you see tour book, and you click it. It's a flip book. You go to the very back, you see all of the different investments and breakdown. And also we have a link to our GoFundMe page that just talks about repatriation and investments on that page. So it's just lots of details. And then also, just for the record, anyone, if you need any information or if you didn't get an email or something that you didn't get, the best thing to do is just send me an email. Hey, Bomani, can you send me an email for this, or do you have an email for this, or where can I access this? And I'll just reply back with the link or something and get it to you. The most important thing for myself is to make sure everybody is clear about the whole process of everything that we do. That way, you can get the best out of your investment of taking the journey of a lifetime. I've had, even before I even started pushing repatriation, and we was helping people move over there based on our connections of, when we first went there, we just spent a lot of time on setting things up and didn't know it was going to flow like this. But, once things start flowing like this and you get into the flow of, connecting people to Africa, helping people build there, move there, getting things set up. But that's what we have 100% of documentation on. I'm not sure about who else have information on that, but since my first travels to Senegal and Egypt in 2004, I've always just had a camcorder and a camera, and that's all I've done is document stuff. And and more so over the years, just getting a lot of people ready for the tours. We have all of the previous conference calls are recorded, especially when you go to podcasts. You just see a lot of conference calls, and some of it are similar, some are a little bit different, but it's just a mix of preparation. So since we have basically gone through the majority of things, I want to open up things for final questions, final thoughts, or if anyone want to dialogue about anything, or if anything was not clear.
Hey, Bomani.
Go ahead.
Bomani, can you hear me?
I can hear you loud and clear.
Okay. Hey, Bomani, this is Terrence, man. Hey, I wanted to ask you, leaving in November, will we also be introduced to the investments?
Yeah, the investments are a consistent part. What it is, you're doing a repatriation investment conference. So usually when we get into country the second day, that's when we have that one big conference. We don't always go to the same lands, the same sites, because we're doing 2-3 countries in November. But
right.
In May, we're doing our standard Ghana tour. We're going up to Benue Village and going up to, which is not on the November tour, but look to add it to the next set of tours that we have in the future, especially once we start kind of building the energy there. But yeah, all the tours I do deals with repatriation and investing. It's me putting my best energy with the people I know, for us to share something with our brothers and sisters from the diaspora. I see the frustration of people in America, and when I was on the plantation, white folks used to always say, "Well, if you don't like America, why don't you go to Africa?" And you know what? I started realizing that makes sense. And but because it's like if you don't like something somewhere, you can be a part of the future somewhere. So I've always tried the best to make sure we have all of the most important people we can put together in the networking or in the conference, and people, even beyond that, I try my best to make sure that every single process throughout the entire tour, we have people who have repatriated, or we have people that are around you the whole time. And the goal has always been to create a certain environment. Yeah, just like the last group that went with us, October 2016. In Atlanta, I have footage of them. We did certain. I went to connect with a few of our folks, and it was good to see people network together and people like build certain bond, and it's just incredible. So you always want to push that because you never know the outcome of it. I never thought that we'd actually have people that were open to actually moving to Africa and dead serious. But so you just keep the you keep the faith in what you believe in and just put works behind it, and it's been divine. So I'm looking to actually up the level of investments and things that we can do, because I'm even starting to realize that we can have our own bus line and eventually just have 1 or 2 hotels around the country and break off into different level of tourism. But we have to also literally just give up the position of being here in America. So I'm trying to work all of that out, and the more I learn and the more I learn about this whole process, I'm one of the people that try to share everything. So that way, and I'm always encourage other people to do the same, because sometimes we tend to keep things as their secrets. So we definitely got your back, and and if you want me to send you some more information on this repatriation operation that we have, kind of almost finished the business plan, so I'm really more open to sharing it than before. But I feel like it'd be a good opportunity for many of us. You can build in Benue Village, you can build with us, you can get your own separate land, you can get your own group up there. Yes, so brother, let me know if you have another questions, or if anyone else have any other questions in reference to a few things that we just talked about, or just in general.
So I had a question. This is Stephen. So you were saying that a reasonable amount of cash to bring is between $300 and $800, correct?
Yeah, so you can do $500 to $800. It really depends on
$500 to $800.
A big spender, shopper, and someone that enjoy nightlife a little bit more than others. All of those things have to be taken into calculation. Beyond that, everything is really taken care of on the tour.
Okay, and we give the tip at the beginning, right?
Yes, and we break that up, and then you can also give additional, but that's mainly to cover logistics.
Okay.
Make sure that everybody get a little something.
Okay. And can I go back to the phone? Should we expect wireless, or should we buy cards, or how do people communicate back to their family members when they are there?
When you're at the Micklin, which is our main hotel, it's been a business hotel. We've been using it since 2012. Once you get your phone and your laptop there, you're good to go. You connect to the internet. Connect to the network, and you can send your WhatsApp, Facebook, Skype, Zoom. You can just do everything you normally do. And once you leave from the hotel and we're driving around, that's where you would not have those kind of signals and things like that. What people like myself have is I have a phone I use in Ghana, and if you have an unlocked AT&T phone something that works globally, anywhere in the world, you just when you get to Ghana, you just get the SIM card, which is about $1 to $2, and then you have a network, and you pay for the minutes, and then you can just use that phone and the internet and anything else with it, and you can just use that based on the towers around Ghana. The other thing that you can do for your laptop, in places that you might not get a good internet signal from the hotel, like One Africa, you want to get a mobile, broadband card where you just connect it via USB, and you just pay for the minutes as far as data, and anywhere from $10 to $20 can be enough internet. So those are the things that I've used, and it has worked out for me. And I'm a person that if I decide to move into the jungle, it's got to be like a military operation. We have to be able to have all the things that you need, to run a technology operation. You definitely have to have your communication. So I personally think the technology and the internet is terrible, but that's my opinion. But I try the best to deal with it as much as possible. But all these things that I ever looked at and saw, I just look at it as opportunities. People like myself even looking into this access of what we can do as far as investment in satellite technology. Not saying this is something that you just get up every day and do, but satellite technology is perfect for, like Benue Village, and for the community that, would build to run everything that we do. It comes into a situation where that's what you literally have to do if you want to make certain things work. But the internet is going to get better. You have more and more investments in it, and the internet actually is not bad in Accra and Kumasi. But when you think about further out, that's when it gets a little challenging. But then it depends on the day. Sometimes even the best hotels, you have issues with internet. So I'm always looking at these things as a way of business. So anyone with high technology experience and have connections and things like that. The world is yours in Ghana when you get there, and people are open to, you have their attention if you can bring certain things in. That's why the Japanese, Koreans, East Indians, and Chinese have a good playing connection in countries like Ghana because they bring everything that they need, and it just gets done. But the country is open for those investments. They acknowledge that it can increase business for them. So, nevertheless, everyone, any questions about investments or anything else before I close the call? I really wanted to just answer more questions and to...
Hi, Bomani, this is Colleen again.
Go ahead.
I have some clothing that I want to donate. How does that work? Can I donate it to the schools, or is there anyone in particular who I should give the clothing to? Or
yes, once you get there, tour guide Kwabna is going to collect all the school supplies and all the clothing, and then he's going to break it up to bring it to whether it's more needed at the orphanage, the school. But we have 4 different, every region that we go to, we have either school or orphanage that we go to, so it ends up being 4 locations that we go to. And people there can always use just anything, as many school supplies that we collect, but if you have any clothing or anything that, you feel I don't want to be the one that's saying bring certain things, but in reality, we all know it's from the heart, so I would say just bring anything that you feel that someone can use. The only thing I wouldn't say bring is just electronics that look like they might not last for another 6 months. Beyond that, if you're going to bring laptops and things, I would say brand new. All right, and let's see who else we have on the call. All right, everyone, I'm looking to answer a few more questions. Want to make sure everybody is clear on this journey and everybody have everything that they need. And
hi, Bomani.
All right, go ahead. Am I speaking
Hi,
to
this is Lori.
Hi, greetings, Lori.
How are you?
All right,
yes,
well,
I wanted to know, I wanted to, you said about a laptop, so it could be a used laptop, new used laptop that we could donate to the school?
Yes, it could be used, just used a few years used, because within a few years, that's fine. And other than that, I would just say to save the folks the drama, because it's going to be issues. All right, perfect, everyone. We are 24 days away, and it doesn't seem like everyone is excited enough, but I know it's the roles of getting prepared, so I'm hoping everyone have their bags already packed or they're working on it. But
I'm excited.
You're excited. Make sure you have your 2 50-pound bags packed ahead of time, and make sure you put as much stuff in it that you want to get rid of so you can pack it up with a lot of wonderful things, because you're going to go through a world of this. You might feel like everybody in the moment is trying to sell you something. It's not like that, but you have a lot of different places where the craft and the culture is there to where you can buy a lot of Ghanaian artifacts and decorate, reculturalize your home and your life, and a lot of things for gifts, for especially if people want to buy anything for family members. People like myself is I don't bring back gifts. I just bring back documentation to encourage people to experience a lifetime of themselves. I don't want to be somebody's person that just keep bringing them stuff back and this, oh yeah, you love Africa so much, you just want people to keep on bringing stuff. And let me get you on a flight and get you there. So that's what we're dealing with. We just want to get everybody prepared and ready and clear, and when we go there, we just have the best time. Hopefully it doesn't seem like work, but person that believes, get what you put in. You prepare for a journey, you put the work in, and then you enjoy the fruits of the labor of that journey. All right, so everyone, if no one have any more questions, I'm going to close for the night. So everyone is good connecting with you. Once again, this is Bomani Tamba, your tour organizer, tour leader for your Ghana Journey of a Lifetime, coming up for May and November, and I will see everyone within the next few weeks. And for everyone else, if you need to connect with us, portion of the month, the phone won't be working, but as usual, everything else works. So I'm on my way out to promote our Ethiopian tour, promo tour. So we're leaving May 6th and be back May 15th in time for us to leave for Ghana for May 24th. So between that time, if you don't get me, you can always send an email and whatever message, and we just answer things around the clock. So everyone, beyond that, we're also heading out to Brazil, and that journey is confirmed, leaving July 21st, and we'll be back July 31st. So nice 9 days in Rio and Salvador. So all the details, along with all other tours that we have coming up next year, which is Ghana, Cote d'Ivoire, May 2018, Ethiopia, Tanzania, 2018. You can check it out. I'll try my best to put these schedules up if anyone is interested. And appreciate everybody's business and energy of joining these journeys. So as long as people are interested to come into Africa, we'll keep taking them, and we keep using that energy to build something where we can connect with everyone on the African continent. So everyone, good talking to you. Thank everybody for tuning in. You take care, and I'll connect back with everyone on our next conference call before we head out to Ghana in May. So I'm going to mute everyone.
Good night.
All right, so everyone, good night. You take care.
Good night.
Good night. Thank you.
Good night.
Good night. Thank you.
Bye.